Hey, it's Peter, Gregg, Miami, Florida, and I think I have a guest with me. It was a tourist just walking around on the streets, and I said, "Buddy, are you lost?" And he
Yes.
goes, "Hi, Peter. Welcome, Charles Richard, to the Christmas room. This is my friend Charles. He's down from Orlando, and he's staying at Miami Beach. He's doing some commercial work or something with the trains or something, and that's for him to explain on his channel. But for right now, I wanted to welcome him to the Christmas room.
Thank you.
We're both sitting here in front of a Panasonic S5 Mark II, and you can see that up in this corner. And I guess I'm going to let him introduce himself, and he's going to say hello. So, welcome to Miami. When's the last time you came down to Miami?
Oh my. Honestly, truthful, last time I think that I came to Miami was right before the COVID. Right before the COVID, I was here. Actually, during the COVID, I did come here, but it wasn't nothing pleasurable. All right. This is I came here to bury my aunt, to be more honest.
Condolences.
Because she died in Orlando, and so we brought her all the way. I brought her all the way from Orlando, and she's buried here in Miami. And but that was a one-day thing, and that was all I did. I didn't do nothing else. But prior to that, it was before COVID. That was the last time I was here.
So I'm sorry to hear about your aunt, honestly. Has it been a year or longer?
I think it's over a year.
Did you bring a
No.
camera, Charles? What do we have here?
I
Oh
brought
my
this
God.
one. I brought this one. I'm a Fuji guy. And
Really? I would have
everybody
never
knows
guessed.
that, yeah.
Oh.
Everybody knows that.
There we have it as a
yeah.
revelation, guys.
Yeah.
Firsthand. Charles is a Fuji guy. So tell me what you got here. A little bit of show and tell,
Well,
nothing special.
This for me, this is more like my travel camera.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes a lot of, and I want to say this in a very wholehearted, nice way. Sometimes people get so overdone, right, by the fact of all this publicity, YouTube, media, trying to push new gear. But most of the time, you buy a piece of gear that's $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, and you don't need a $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 just to do YouTube. So I think that in society, right, people listen to stuff that in reality, once you get it, you don't use half of what it can do.
So a guy
Right.
can get into YouTube at a lower price point now?
At a lower price point. They've always have been able to. It's just that
What would be a good entry?
your cell phone.
Low price. That's a little too low.
Not if
I
it's
don't think-
an iPhone 14.
I don't think I want to get and
if-
film you on the cell phone.
If it's an iPhone 14, those are pretty good, to be honestly truthful. But no, I mean, be honestly truthful. Every camera right there that's out there really is good. All right, it's just all about content. And so what I've learned, like, I spent so much money, Peter, in cameras, and half of the stuff I don't really use. Okay, so I do once in a while I'll do like documentaries, films, stuff like that, but that's maybe once a year, twice a year, right? And then you go out and you spend $4,000 for a camera that you're going to use only once or twice a year just to do that, because the rest of the time that you use it, you do 4K video.
Now, this is a Fuji. It says
This is a
on
Fuji.
it.
This is the Fuji. This is the XT4.
Right.
Is what I've got here. All right. The XT4 is
That's pretty
an
new.
older camera. It's I've had it for a while. I think it came out in 2020. It came out, and a lot of people say, "Oh, but it's got the autofocus is really bad." All right, but
I've heard
people
that.
don't talk about the firmware upgrades.
Have they had
Yeah,
some?
They have. Yes, they had one. As a matter of fact, last couple of weeks. And so every time Fujifilm, as a company, they always put firmware updates out there. It betters something in the camera.
They massage.
Yes, they
what's going
massage
on
it.
the
They
inside.
do more and more. And the autofocus on this camera really is
What lens
good.
is that?
This is the 16 to 80. It's an f4 lens. It is
16 to 80.
16 to
Holy
80.
cow.
It is a zoom lens, right? And when you're doing, like run and gun, you don't want to bring like a whole bunch of different lenses, with you. You bring one lens, and then if you need to zoom, you zoom. If you need, 60 millimeters, you have it there. You're not using prime lenses when you're doing this run and gun type thing, and so I like it. It
Is
works
that
for
infrared
me.
filter you have on the front?
No, this is a Stingray. This is a variable ND
Oh,
filter.
really?
It's a variable ND filter. I was actually turned on to this type of filter from a guy that actually does a lot of commercial photography, for product photography. And he turned me on to these because I was buying a lot of different ND filters, and every time I would put an ND filter, it always altered my color, right?
How about this one?
This one doesn't do that.
Seriously?
Okay, this one doesn't do it. They're not cheap though. They're expensive, But, sometimes, you get what you pay for. In this particular situation, it's that. Okay, I've even tried the one that's very famous by
Peter McKinnon.
Peter McKinnon. Okay.
How
Peter
did you
McKinnon
like
one.
that, Charles?
It was better than all the other ones, but it still altered my color.
It did.
All right, it still altered the color, and it altered the color. It puts sort of a gray tone, okay, to it, and most of these filters do that. But with this, it doesn't.
The filter looks really cool on there.
It's expensive. It's a $600 filter, and
Holy cow.
it's most people don't buy it because it's that. As a matter of fact, something. As a matter of fact, it's made here in Florida. It's made in Boca Raton.
Seriously?
It is made in Boca Raton. Okay, the company
I
is
like
in Boca
that.
Raton. Yeah, And,
Just so you guys know, we're using the Panasonic, the new one, right?
Yes, that's the Panasonic, the S5 Mark II, right?
Mark II.
Yeah, S5 Mark II.
And what lens did I put on there?
You put the L mount, the 50 millimeter.
50 millimeter.
1.2,
L,
right?
The Canon 50
I'm
millimeter.
sorry, the Canon, right? The Canon. What is it? 1.2.
So 1.2.
1.2.
Yes.
It does great. It does.
Now
It looks
I
really
moved
nice.
it up from 1.2 a little bit to like 1.6
Okay.
because
Depth of field.
I'm a
Yeah,
creature of habit.
Right.
So when I'm shooting weddings,
Right.
okay, automatically,
It's a little bit sharper.
if there's one person, 1.2 is fine.
Okay.
If there's two people, I automatically switched it to an f-stop with a 2 in it, so like
Okay.
a 2.8.
Okay.
If there's 3, I would switch it to an f-stop with a 3.
With a 3 on it. Okay.
And that was my rule because I got burned a few times.
Right. Right.
Where we would be talking, and I would be in focus and he'd be out of focus.
Oh, wow.
Well, we weren't at the same wedding,
Well,
okay? But
So now everybody's in focus.
and now hopefully we'll find out the results, right? We'll find
Right.
out at the end.
Right. But it looks really, really good. I mean, the lens is super sharp. Those L mount lenses are really, really sharp.
Yes.
But
And it's the 50L lens with the Sigma L adapter.
the L adapter.
Correct?
Now, do you think that having a lens that is natively mounted on that Panasonic S5 II will actually react quicker in your autofocus and interact with the camera better?
That's a good question. Until I actually get a native lens here, I can't do that kind of a test, to be
Okay.
honest with you. But I can tell you that I'm not disappointed in what I've
Seeing.
experienced
Right.
just with... I have a Panasonic camera,
Right.
and I've got Canon lenses on it. It just
Yeah.
doesn't add up.
Because, it used to be, and here's my experience with that, it used to be that used to be a true statement. But now the cameras are so good that I don't know that it really matters anymore. Okay, I think that, this is just my personal opinion, I think that if you have a really solid, good lens and a really good adapter, because not every adapter is good.
Now you got
But
it.
this Sigma adapter seems to be doing really good with the Canon, being able to bring your Canon mount into an L mount and have this sort of, the way it focuses, it's really nice and smooth. And then
we
again,
haven't seen a misfocus yet, have we?
which one? The Nikon? No.
No, on this on the Canon?
On the, I think so.
We haven't seen a misfocus. Did
No,
you see one?
no,
okay.
no, it hasn't missed. No,
I
it
keep
hasn't.
eyeing it. See, the reason we're
Right.
looking over there is tell them why we're looking over there,
Oh
Charles.
yeah, we're looking over there because you know.
The
he's-
monitor is over there.
Yeah, he's got a huge screen over there. Oh my God, that thing
It's
is like
a little one.
it's twice as big as the one I got in my house.
Oh
you
my
know?
God.
Oh
that
my.
one is 65 inch.
65 inch.
Yeah.
Man.
And the problem, or not the problem, the reason it's here is these eyes.
Those eyes.
Okay. See this little window back here?
Uh-huh.
I have to read the comments here when I go live.
Oh, yeah.
And you notice, can you read that?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Record only
Record on
mode?
mode,
Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
Well, it's not that grayed out, but it's white, but it's still small.
Yes, it
And
is.
they don't give me, Ecamm does not give me the ability
Those abilities
to make
do
it bigger.
magnification.
Hello, you know.
Oh. But there is a trick too.
What?
Mac.
What?
You know
What?
that, right?
Let's do it. Oh, I have
Okay.
it. I have it bigger.
Yeah. Okay.
I have it bigger,
All right.
He's talking about the resolution on the screen. I can make bigger fonts, and bigger fonts.
Yes.
This one's at the big one.
The biggest one. Oh, okay. Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
can I cook you some lunch?
Sounds good. You know, because I tell you that beach was. That
You
beach was
tired
something
out?
else.
Did you do your exercises this morning?
Oh, I gotta tell you, I did some really hot videos. Let me tell you something, okay? As soon as I put that video, I get a phone call from her.
Really?
10 seconds. Dad, what are you doing chasing them young girls? They come in with hot bikinis right in front of your camera.
On Miami
I
Beach.
didn't.
Hello?
I wasn't chasing them. All right, they just happened to be in front of my lens. You know.
You mean to tell me there's girls on Miami Beach?
Oh my gosh, you know,
I'm
it's like,
teasing
yeah, I know. Yeah, and then they see you coming out of the Hilton, and then they go, "Oh, sugar daddy."
Oh,
No,
sugar
I don't.
daddy.
I don't think so. No, but I had a lot of fun. You know, I had breakfast out right next to the beach, and yesterday I went to this place that was like pizza, and it was the most awesome pizza. Oh my God, right at the beach. And they brought the pizza, and they don't bring it to you like in a normal way.
Tell me about it,
They
because
bring
I
it-
don't eat pizza,
Yeah,
so I want to
they-
hear.
They bring it like in the Italian way, where it's laid out in a board. Okay.
Oh,
It's
they
like-
don't throw it at you.
No, they don't throw it at you. It's not even a circular.
I'm teasing.
It's not even a circular pizza. It's
Really?
it's on a board, and it looks like you got a whole bunch of dominoes, you know, and they're all laid like this, you know, and
It's
the
elongated.
yes, elongated.
Did it taste good?
Oh, so good.
Oh my
It
God.
was so good. I ate the whole thing. The girl goes, "You gonna eat the whole thing? Are you sure?" You know, I didn't know it was that much, to be honest and truthful.
Well, you
So-
could have brought me some, you know.
Oh, but you're on that
I'm
special
keto.
diet.
I know.
You know, I don't think.
Guess what
Italians-
we're having for lunch?
I don't think Italians make keto pizza.
I don't think so either. I'm Greek.
Yes, I know that.
Are you happy with that lens?
You know, this is not my favorite lens.
It's not.
It's not, okay? It is definitely not my favorite lens, but it is my favorite lens that the Fujifilm camera makes for video. Because the autofocus and smooth, and it doesn't
Does
do
it have
any
that new
breathing.
motor that you were telling
It has
me
the
about?
linear motor in it, you know, the breathing on it, you know, it's really, really good for video. But when I'm doing something where I need something a little bit lower light, more sharpness, you know, I use the 16 to 55, which is a 2.8. But
What is this one?
this one is a 4.0.
Oh, straight across the board?
Straight across the board, 4.0, right straight across the board.
That's
But
good to
here's
know.
But here's the other thing, all right, that, you know, people buy super sharp lenses just to put Pro Mist filters to soften the look. Why? I just get a lens that already has a soft look, and I don't have to buy a Pro Mist filter,
Amen.
right? You know, and that's the way that I think. You know, that's the way that you know, that I buy my gear. The build, okay, number one, the build on the camera is way better than the new ones that Fuji has.
I have
Uh-huh.
held this camera just
Yeah.
before we came in here.
And it's a
This is
solid-
one solid
Uh-huh.
camera.
It's like the Leicas.
You can knock somebody out with the damn
Oh,
camera.
yeah,
So-
yeah, you know. And I like that, you know. I like.
You have a cage
solid.
on there?
I have a an L mount cage. Well, it does two things. It actually increases the
It was
grip,
very comfortable.
right?
when I
Which
held it.
makes it very
Yeah.
comfortable because the lens is a little bit bigger,
Yeah.
right? And so it makes it very comfortable to hold. And because it's an L mount, I'm able to do landscape and I'm able to do portrait. You know, if I'm putting it on a tripod.
Is it a Fuji
But,
bracket or
no, it's a small rig.
Small
It's
rig.
made by Small Rig.
Okay, cool.
But now here's the other thing. The IBIS on this, because it has IBIS on the lens, it has OIS, optical image stabilization, on the lens, and it has IBIS on the camera. I don't need a tripod. Okay, so
Is
I
that solid?
Yes, I left my tripod home. All right, this is the only thing I carry with me. All right, so when I film and you see the end result, and you see, well, how come it's so steady? You know, it's because it does what it's supposed to do if you know how to work it. You know, so it's just some basic stuff. But other than that, you know, and I got this flash, which
That flash
yeah,
is remarkable.
you know, the
What's
Godox.
the brand on that one?
This is a Godox. This is
Okay.
the V1. It does two things. Not only does it work as a flash, but it also works as a video light. All right, so it's very. I don't know how to put it. I think that is the most versatile setup that I have been able to put together, which is I can just go anywhere, just shoot. You know, I want.
Let me
yeah.
try something with that real quick.
Yeah.
All right, so I just got the Better Bounce card. So this is what I use to bounce the light. Okay, so if you want to, put your camera right down here on the little
Okay.
counter. Okay, so you all set? I don't want this thing to fall.
Oh, it's not gonna go nowhere.
Okay,
All right.
now let's
No,
aim
just
this up. So this is how you would shoot
Yes.
if you were out and about. Okay, so what I'm going to do is aim this at me.
Okay.
Make sure this is tight. Okay. I just want to see if this is going to fit on this one. And who else makes one that looks just like this?
No, they actually make one for Godox for this particular flash.
Okay,
because-
that's what I wanted
Uh-huh.
to see.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at that.
So this is the a Better Bounce card. This is like a free commercial for me. Okay.
Now, what size
And
is
it
that?
fits on this.
What is that? The large one or is that the
This is
medium?
they call this large.
That's the large one. Okay. Okay.
So they have small, large, and super duper large.
Oh, okay.
Which most people are uncomfortable carrying that around. It
Right.
looks a little ostentatious.
Right.
But if you were at a wedding or something, you might need the large
The
one.
large one.
But this is the everyday normal one.
Okay.
Okay?
So, what would be the difference between this size and the other size?
So let me grab the other ones.
Okay.
All right, so I went and grabbed the other sizes so we can actually fiddle with these. Now, if you want to be incognito a little bit, okay, these things are designed to just slide right on and off. You don't have to keep opening this every time.
The
Okay. All right. So this would be kind of like what I would use when a bride is getting ready
okay.
in her ready room, and it's not really a huge room. Okay. So if you notice, these things are stretch.
Okay. I see.
And they just go right on, and the Velcro is on, and then I make it straight. Okay.
Now.
So now what I would be doing is I would be taking pictures this way,
Okay.
or if I thought something looked better like this, I want to be able to instantly turn this up and still
That
have
way.
that same bounce
Bounce.
straight up,
Okay. Gotcha.
and at the same time bounce forward. So we got
Forward.
two light sources from the one.
Got you.
Okay, so I use this size mostly around in a house.
Okay.
If I came to visit you at your house, so this, they call that the small. Then we have the large. Okay?
Now, what is the difference between a small one and a larger one? The larger one will give you much more light, much
It-
spread out, or much
Correct.
focus, or
It does it in both directions because this will take one single light
okay,
and turn it into two lights.
okay,
So now I'm aiming at the ceiling,
okay,
so it's going to bounce. That's
Right.
what happens when you go to a ceiling.
right,
Okay, but it's also going to bounce here
okay.
forward. Okay,
But because
This
it's
is
not
gonna-
as big, it's not going to give you that much light.
as much forward throw.
Throw. Okay.
This
gotcha.
one will compete with something like the Gary Fong Light Sphere.
Okay.
Okay, it's actually a little bit better in my opinion.
Okay.
I might be biased because it's my unit.
Right. No, but it's.
But what
Uh-huh.
it does, okay, is the backside is solid and black.
Got
Okay?
you.
So if I was going to shoot pictures, hold this for a second.
Right.
If I was going to shoot pictures that way, I'm not blinding you.
Right.
And you're sitting right here next to me.
Of course.
So the light that's going this way is not going to affect the picture. By the time it gets to the back of the room and comes back, the race is over, buddy.
Okay.
So this one completely blacks out at least the half on the back side.
Okay.
And it only goes forward.
Okay.
And because it's black, it looks like it's kind of built for the darn thing.
Yes.
It's got a very sleek. Now, if you go into a really bat cage, okay. Hold on to that. I also have what's called the extra large, okay? So the extra large will go here.
That one's going to give you like a lot of light.
Yeah, so this is larger, so I have to open this. Okay, but once they're set up for this, they're actually
set up.
Okay. So this is not the kind of thing where you're going to do marketing crap like trying to pick the camera up from this. No. Anybody that's going to be picking the camera up from here is an idiot.
It's going to drop the camera.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they try to show you how strong it's on there.
It is.
We don't want that. Okay. Actually, this is designed in a way.
Excuse
right?
me. Yeah.
Okay.
You made me laugh though.
This is designed in a way, okay, so that you don't break the hot shoe. I have broken so many hot shoes. So if I accidentally bump him, what happened? This thing goes in both directions, okay? So it saves you a $300 hot shoe replacement. So I'm not too aggressive with marketing these, but I wanted to see if they were going to fit on that. You see how that is round?
That's on the V1, huh?
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
It's round.
And it's, you know something? And not because I have it, but in reality, it's one of the most favorite flashes that photographers like. You know.
Yeah.
Now, I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm not a photographer. I don't know much about photography. I'm a cinematographer.
Will this zoom?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let me teach you something.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. If I aim this up,
okay,
and I put, let's say the small one on here.
Okay.
So now I sized it for here. So I just pull it down, and then I slide it down. I should be much smoother at doing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'll set it up. All right. Now, can I ask you a question? This is a test.
Go ahead.
Okay. How do I control how much light goes forward? I gave you the tip already.
Yeah, by the power of the zoom.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if I zoom it out to whatever its strength is,
yes,
like on the Nikon and the Canon, the new ones, it'll zoom to 200 millimeters.
Okay.
I am focusing this beam very tight. So I'm really pounding that ceiling with a beam of light. Okay. And by doing that, it's not as wide over here.
Correct.
So I can control, just by using the zoom, how much is going forward and how much is going up.
With this particular flash, all right, you are able to zoom, and you are also able to adjust the power of your flash.
Cool.
So like I can do like 1/16 of power.
Which you can't really do with a speed like that well.
Right,
All right, so I'm going to give you this one. You're going to take this home with you.
Oh my,
Okay?
Wow.
All righty. So thank you so much, Charles, for being here with me.
That is so awesome.
It's fun to do a recording. You want to hold that?
There you go.
I'm afraid of it falling to the ground. Welcome to the Christmas room, buddy. I think it's awesome. All right, you guys, have a good one. If you've got anything to say in the comments.
Write us a comment.
And what do I say about the links?
Oh, those links, yeah, it's very important, you know. Go down to the comments, you know. Say hello,
under the video,
2 thumbs
there's
up.
links. There you go.
You might be surprised what you might find down there.
I write little notes to people, but
that's right.
You know,
little
most
secrets.
people don't go down there and look.
Little secrets that you won't see on the video are down in the comments. You know that?
All righty, Charles. Have a good one.
Okay.
Bye-bye. So we'll just get a clip out of here, and I'll use this as the, whatchamacallit, the thumbnail.
Thumbnail.
Let's go for lunch.
Yes. Alrighty.